Finally, some good news. It is 2:30 in the morning, I'm about to go to bed, but here is a 3D printed test bench with a motherboard I've had all of 3 days off of eBay, set up and working with an i3-2120, 4 gigs of DDR3, and a GT620. Yeah, I know, that's not exactly a setup that you should be excited about, but let me explain. This, apart from the motherboard, is the same spec PC that I had in 2014 when I first got into PC gaming. This is it. This was my first gaming PC. It had a GT620 and an i3-2130, but I couldn't get a 2130, so I'm using a 2120. It's only 100 megahertz difference. They've got identical cache. It's fine. This was my first gaming PC. And I will be making a video very shortly, installing Windows 7 on it, getting age-appropriate games set up, just to show you what this could have done. And then I'm going to go through a few of the upgrades I made back in the day. First upgrade I did definitely was I doubled the RAM to 8 gigs. 4 gigs of RAM even in 2014 was well below the minimum. But the second thing I did is I swapped to a completely different platform, an older platform. I went from this second-gen i3 to a Core 2 Quad Q6600. I didn't know anything about CPU architectures. I didn't realise this one was so much newer. And I should have just gone with an i5 from like the 3rd generation, because I would have had a compatible motherboard, presumably. But I didn't know anything about CPUs, and I'd only been using this for a few months. I wasn't really that familiar with PC gaming either. But I wanted a better PC, and I was told I needed a better CPU. I needed a quad core. I needed a faster gigahertz quad core. I needed a 3.9 gigahertz quad core, which is what I was able to overclock that Q6600 to back in the day. But I didn't keep that Q6600 very long. As soon as I had the money, I got an FX 6300, which coincidentally I have right here. FX 6300. Yeah, I went to an AMD platform. It was the FX platform though, so you know anything about the FX architecture, you know that I wasn't really getting a good deal gaming-wise. Computationally they were okay, but in games they really suffered. But the main hurdle is I can only do the RAM upgrade and the CPU upgrades. I can't go to the next GPU that I used back in the day to show you how much performance increase I got, because my next GPU was a HD 7990, which I got for my 16th birthday as a gift from my mother. Those are really expensive still, because they're rare, so that's not happening.